So, good news for today. Everything's panning out so far. And, this is the final roll down, basically. So, had a little bit of a roundabout project today for the itinerary. And then down to a final month countdown. Unless basically things. I was even going through some of the legalities of it. Things get transferred to me, and I assume control of the lease effectively, sign a lease over. I have to double check the state of Ohio and what kind of laws they have for that. But usually you can sign a damn lease over to someone as long as they got a source of income, and then even if the manager land person don't like it, they have to take it to court. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like being co-signed in some books. Which I'm looking at the other legalities behind it too, because it also means I suddenly become responsible for all of, the entire thing at that point. Like that means any repairs that need to be done over, the whole thing. I become liable at that point. Because that means I'm assuming responsibility as well. So, I can bypass, I don't have to pay a deposit again, you see, but he doesn't get his deposit back. But I still fingers crossed between, some of the fine print, depending if they made a non-transferable lease agreement and all that shit. And basically, I can just come in without, having a simple identity check and here's your money kind of thing. I gotta go through some of the fine print, like I said, it's been a minute. Especially for local tenant laws. And lease laws, yeah. It's just like when I was nominated up there as to be next manager of the trailer park. It's like people pulling my leg or something. Guess what I did? I dived right into all the mobile home codes for the state of Ohio. I didn't even bother looking for a damn roach on the ground on my way. I'll put it this way, I gotta get my spring clothes out. Spring/summer clothes. Out of storage. And before I do that, I gotta put a new lock on. So basically, long story short, since I don't have the ability to just cash my check anywhere around here, I essentially literally have to do a full fucking circle. Around about, country block right here, about a 2-mile radius approximately, maybe. Something about like a 5-mile diameter, basically. And that's all still down to the fact, go back to the identity fraud shit. So in other words, I gotta go there, cash a check, or I'm cashing it. Then I gotta go buy a new lock. Good thing I don't have to worry about bolt cutters, but I have to come back later for that job, that part of everything to be done, in other words. You know why I've been touchy about some words? Because people, I found hypersensitive to word phrases automatically associate shit. Or worse, people get it backwards. It's like this post I just put up. Like, there's people in English And I'm going to add to that post still on Facebook. It says alternative. It says alternative faith is not limited. Period. There's people who would ask, not limited to what? And I'm like, no, you would be making me talk in a circle at that point. Because I already said it's not limited. Okay, now let me rephrase it then. Has no limits. Now look at those sentences side by side. Is not limited, has no limits. That's the problem I have with fucking English. Because I'm not a native speaker. It's like half as bad as the blood work proving neither one of the fucking parents are goddamn real. Oh, that could be more fun for me. More paperwork to take care of, or I can just act like nothing happened, like America usually does. Not saying the Americans are responsible, just saying that the few motherfuckers that fucked up. Do they represent America? No. Yeah, there's another quick auto association problem, huh? That's why I said America has first blood on Americans. So, I don't know, propaganda that's ignored on that international level of thinking, ladies and gentlemen. What do you think I'm going to do other than do some crazy shit for YouTube and entertain some bullshit that people thought was going on? I mean, it's a pretty bad thing if people come up acting like they know you. I'll be like, it's one of those dead giveaways on the streets. Usually done by con artists or cops. Generally what it is. I mean, people who will go out there and ask you where you're from and all that shit, those are usually con artists or cops. It's like, I don't go around asking people what their name is or where they're from. I don't get it. You want me to be a Nazi and start asking everyone for their papers? Show me your papers. That's like half as bad as like, I bet some retards up in Michigan thought that's where I was beefing. Nope. Look to the west and let it fall into the ocean. Aww. I almost got that in the wrong context. It's like half the reason I should have brought my damn guitar with me either way. Not bad, I'm basically about halfway there now. And this is really thick. Like if I had some flux or something, I could probably resolder my solar panel I got. And again, that's another reason why I was halfway brainstorming. Speaking of it, how to, since it's like a 30-day countdown, minus the fingers crossed and all that. If there is no place, I'm still back to the original plan of I must have a transportation mode. So, driver's license, it doesn't even matter if it's fucking just feasibly fixed for now, even if it's fucked up and functional. I'll go through and fucking reboot it with the new social security number later. Because that process will take too long. We're talking it could take up to 2 years to do it all. Without any hiccups, without people playing games, without people thinking it's a joke, without people flipping scripts. Which, by the way, in this situation becomes like close to obstructing procedure and protocol. It's called breach of protocol. So, I'm thinking even if I had to get a U-Haul van and ultimately even possibly switch my shit over to something I can even a different location altogether. And say, it's like, yeah, pay gas, but I think it's like $19 a day effectively. Imagine if I pop out with a damn guitar and cats with a U-Haul. Traveling along the way. Technically, I could set it up to go to any new place if I wanted to. So that's a feasible option. And be renting the SOB. It's like right now, I could hold off from even cashing this check and wait for literally Monday, and I will have enough for a down payment on a vehicle. Used, of course. Probably a little bit of a fixer-upper, but these days I'm seeing something like a Ford Ranger or a damn minivan is easy enough. As I've already kind of brushed on that one. Finding that, I've had a few people looking out for a vehicle that's affordable, plus, it's a guaranteed check in the mail because I got a payee representative that sends out all my finances, so it's kind of like, here, there's even a special form to do this. You sign that, and those checks are coming to you in the mail guaranteed. It's like I give you a $400 down right now or $300 down so I'm not broke. That's exactly how it will go down on the first. If I had that lined up. So this is what I mean by when someone tries to ask me, jump in the middle of what I'm doing, and tries to ask me to basically paraphrase what am I doing, a lot of shit, and that's not a good enough answer, apparently. As you know, anyone who's followed the channel for some time has realized. It's like retards who thought I was drunk in the fucking first place. You know, there's a legal premise for that too. Especially when, you know, people thinking I was drunk, high, or crazy, no one decided to call a damn ambulance for my seizures. So that does have legal ramifications. It's like, let me go down the full rollout list. Whole 9 yards. It's like, not to mention the language barrier, when I tried to tell a couple of friends, like, I was assaulted by 6 teenagers. Young adults, in fact, well, almost adult, whatever the hell that adult, yeah, between 16 and 18, 19, etc. And I didn't strike back because what am I going to do? Throw a punch in a minor? And in my environment where I was, even standing my ground, the best defense was defense. The best offense was defense, actually, at that point. That's why I keep saying I won without throwing a punch. Because can you imagine what those kids could have gotten away with if I even threw one punch at them? Get real, there's some more law for you. Instead, I get hit 3 times, if not 4, straight to the fucking head with a brick. After that, it was easy enough to block the first hit. But not with 6 of them motherfuckers and then a brick involved. That ain't happening. Get real. Because at that point, usually that's where lethal force would be basically authorized. Okay? So, while all this is going through all the red tape and rules of engagement and fine print going through my mind in a blink of an eye, excuse me if I'm just straight up. Like, go ahead and try to assess what you think that fucking emotional response is. Somewhere between freaked out, disappointed, disgusted, and agitated. Get it? Crayon box language. But back to the point. If I'm not mobile or have something that's my personal private property, like a vehicle, and with my situation and with the projects in my life and what I'm doing with my life, I don't need an apartment. I need a workspace, a work shed, a work garage that I can kind of semi-convert and throw, you know, a couch or a damn hammock down, or up rather. The rest is not anything any landlord would want in their building. Everything from blacksmithing, die casting, electronics fabrication, and engineering. Now, you retards can see why I lived in a shed instead. Like, imagine if I was damn trying to just salvage gold, not to sell, but to use. On the cheap. Because I'm making micro mechanisms and components that I need real life gold for. Imagine if some of that sulfuric acid lands on your damn apartment floor. See why I need to be working in a workspace, a shed, or a garage. I ain't no basement inventor. I'm like the flight hangar gonna open up and it's gonna roll out and take off. I think I was out there in Wauseon. Up until Randall, Matthew, Paul, and Nolette of Wauseon, Ohio thought it was a toy. Well, guess what? That toy's got university recognition as well as the Ministry of Arts and Sciences, Zagreb, Croatia. And mind you, U.S. Air Force retired personnel also counts as a reference, Randall. Thank you, Stephen Michael Betterly. He's about the only person knows that's not a fidget spinner and how long ago I made it. On Earth. Sorry to name drop you.